Hello people, and welcome to Crypto Exposed. Top analyst shares how high XRP could go in May. Okay guys, let's get into it. So the analyst in question is called Crypto Jason. Not someone I'm really familiar with, if I'll be honest with you. I've seen a Jason on X before, so I'm wondering if it's him, and I'm just not sure if I'm like linking the two properly, but if I have, it's just random posts. It's not someone I've really followed or anything like that. Look, before we even get into this, I know what you're thinking. Hey, we've been struggling all up until now. People have been saying prices are going to go up, for how long? But I will say this: I do think we have to give two caveats in this scenario. Okay, one, this isn't really XRP's fault, and this isn't me like trying to pander to XRP here. I'm just being completely honest. This is the whole tariff situation. Let's just make no mistake about it. The whole market's been in turmoil since the whole tariff situation has been escalating. So this isn't XRP specific. This really isn't just based on XRP. It's the whole market, right? So we're just in economic uncertainty, which is leading to the reflection of that in the crypto market and also the stock market, right? We're just gonna weather this storm and see how it pans out. And two, I think I've already said this, but yeah, it's not just XRP. Like this isn't just specific to XRP. So it's not like we can just look at this and say, oh, XRP is underperforming. No, the whole market's down. So, this isn't something that we can really just blame to be XRP specific. So we have got to just bear those two things in mind when we do talk about this. So let's really get into this. I'm not going to bore you too long. I'll get straight to the point. What does Crypto Jason think XRP could get to in May? He thinks $5. Okay, so I know obviously a lot of people are thinking $5, that's not that great. But I will say this isn't his only prediction for XRP. His long-term prediction is actually $16 to $36. So this isn't the end game for him, what he's talking about here. He's just talking where he thinks it can get to in May. So what do I think about this? $5, I mean, it sounds very reasonable, right? Because, where we're at now, $2 up to $5. It's a good jump, but it's not like, oh, it's going to go to, $50 or anything like that. It's still very, it's still very reasonable and very grounded. So, do I think it could hit $5? Yeah, absolutely. I think that's a very real possibility. I do think, as I say, with this whole tariff situation, I think we really do need to see how all this pans out, because let's just be honest. I think that's really what's gonna help to let the market move forward, because, as the markets start to recover now, as we're seeing, yes, I do think we can obviously start to see things looking like it could recover. But if we just get some more bad news about the tariffs, it's just going to send the markets tumbling again, right? So I do think until we've got some level of stability or a resolution to the whole tariff situation, I do just think it's up in the air, to be honest with you. And I do think that's going to have an impact, because we've seen it, right? We've visibly seen the impact that it's had already. So at the end of the day, I'm not going to say that this is a guarantee, because I don't know for sure. And I would never say that anyway, because, no one knows for sure. But do I think it's a possibility? Yeah, I think this is a very reasonable possibility. And yeah, look, for me, the way I feel on this, a $5 XRP, I'm happy with a $5 XRP for May. But if this was the end goal of it and that was it for the bull run, then I'd be very disappointed. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. But I don't believe that's the case. If we are still in this bull run, if this bull run is still in place, then I do believe that ultimately XRP is going to go higher than $5. That's just my opinion. It's my speculation. I don't know this for sure, but that would just be my expectation, in all honesty. So we will have to see how things pan out. We are seeing the market starting to recover, which is obviously clearly a positive sign. So that's good. As I say, I do think the tariffing is just it's just that little bit of the spanner in the works, right? Because if it does come back out and we hear something crazy going on, I just feel like it's just going to send everything back to, tumbling down and stuff. So I do feel like that is going to be an issue that we need to deal with. But yeah, overall, I mean, for me, if we're just talking about $5 for May and that's the beginning of it gearing up to go higher, why wouldn't I be happy with that? Yeah, I'd be absolutely, ecstatic with $5 XRP for now, because it's showing that one, XRP is back into new all-time high territory, and 2, I would hope it's the beginning of showing, hey, let's see where XRP can really go now then. Let's see where it really gets to, you know? So I'll be thinking, yeah, like everything's in play now for it to really see what XRP can do. So, you know, for me, I think this is great. Like, I'm not gonna act like, oh, it's only $5. Like, as I say, if that was the end, then yeah, I'd be disappointed. But if this is just like the beginning, like, yeah, this is just getting started for the bull run for it to get to its final, you know, its final blow off top. Yeah, $5 start. I'm not gonna complain with that, you know. And I think we just got to accept that, like, it's easy to look at this now and be frustrated, but there was a point where, you know, XRP was like 30 cents and everybody was saying, oh, we need it to get to $1. So, you know, XRP being like resilient within like the roughly $2 frame, that's pretty good. You know, it's pretty good. Like, there was a time where XRP could not get over $1 or even up to $1. Like, it got to like 70 cents, etc. And like 90 cents, I think, was the highest it got, but it just couldn't, you know, get past it. So the fact that we're in this territory now and it's staying so strong around these areas, which are way higher, you know, it's looking like these are the new bottoms, right? So it's looking like under $1. That may just be a thing of the past now. We may never see that again. So that does show a lot of confidence because it can only continue to go higher from here, you know. So I think that's a really good sign. So we'll see. But yeah, I'd be happy with $5 for now to get things started. So let me know what your thoughts are, guys. I'd definitely be interested to hear. $5 XRP. And again, this isn't the end goal. What would you be feeling? Would you be happy with $5 XRP for May? Would you want it to be higher? And if so, what would you want it to be? What would be your ideal price target? And let's just say within reason, because, you know, we can all say we'd want it to be the highest it can be, but within reason, let me know. Thank you very much for watching this. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And hit that bell. Take care.